Jason, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
You working in the studio now?
I'm been working all day. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting on your call, man.
Oh.
I'm looking at stupid stuff. I'm looking at flights.
Oh.
How you doing?
Very good, very good. So what's up with the new Lita Ford CD?
Well, we're working on it right now. I'm working with this writer, guitar player guy named Greg Hampton. He was involved with the Along Came a Spider record, the new Alice Cooper, and he's awesome. We've been there's about 10 or so songs pretty much done, probably about 16 ideas, and everything's killer. It's heavy and the grooves are awesome, and I'm working on my fourth one right now. I'm looking at my chart on the wall. But yeah, it's going great, man. The music's heavy. It's really cool. Lita's singing great. It's great. It's really. I didn't know what it was going to be like at first, and I'm so excited now every day. There's new ideas getting emailed over, and it's a real creative time.
Is there going to be a tour also? A big summer tour?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff up in the air right now. Right now, I believe we're going to be doing just one-offs and fly-out shows for March, April, and May. And then come June, we're going to Sweden Rock, over in obviously Sweden. And we have some festivals coming in right now for June and the summer. And we're looking at summer packages right now. Going out with somebody. Everybody loves Lita. She's cool. So basically, everybody's interested in talking about it. So it's just a question of scheduling and the agents talking to the agents and working out details. So we will definitely be doing some summer touring. I just don't know exactly who with just yet.
Any Canadian dates in your the new tour?
I believe we're going to service the world, so the answer would be yes. We've been talking about everywhere, and assuming that there's interest up there, then we'll be there. Yes. Anywhere there's good, strong interest, we're going to go. I mean, she wants to play. The band, everybody in the band wants to play, but we just her stuff, which is great.
So how's been the reaction? You guys played already a few shows with Lita. How was the fan reaction to seeing Lita playing again?
Oh, they love it. I mean, it's been great, and our first warm-up show was at this place, The Chance in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I've played, many times with W.A.S.P. And I didn't know, how it was going to be or what her fans were how they were going to react. And they were awesome, and most of them knew me. And that kind of shocked me. I was like, how the heck do you know me? But it was cool, man. I mean, the fans have been real supportive. All the W.A.S.P. fans have been real cool about it. They think it's a cool fit for me, and there's all good feelings across the board. Really, I got before the first show, I actually got good wishes from Chris Holmes and Blackie. So I thought that was pretty nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It made me feel good. Yes, so the fans love it, and it's a great situation. She's really, really cool. I never imagined she'd be as cool as she is. She's just awesome, and she's a great player, and she sings great. And the bottom line is she's Lita, and there's only been one. She's very signature,
When's your first Lita concert you ever seen?
Oh, man, I had friends that used to work for her back in the old days. Oh, it had to be 87, 88. I think it was down in Ventura Theater, it could have been. I'm almost remembering, man. Yeah. And it was great.
Would have been the drummer at that time.
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot, aren't you?
No, not Eric Singer, no?
I don't know. Eric was already doing Badlands.
Okay.
We were, at that time, I was in Impellitteri, and we were rehearsing at Mates, where there was Badlands, Warrant, Mr. Big, and Guns N' Roses. We were in Impellitteri. We were all there, like, all the time. That was our little gang. Pretty interesting.
Going back on your W.A.S.P. career, 1992 Crimson Idol, you're the drummer on the Chainsaw Charlie song, right?
Yes. Actually, some of that stuff is Wow, we got into a really in-depth. The recording of that might even have. There are some recordings that have both me and Frankie on it, if you can believe it or not.
That's interesting. How would that happen? Glue all the tracks together?
Yeah, well, we basically. There was a couple. I get asked these questions all the time, and I really got to think back to it because it's hard to remember exactly. But we would go through and finish things that didn't get finished and retract stuff that Blackie wanted to retract. And by the end, there was some stuff, and I'm going, man, that's, I listen, I go, that's me doing this, but then that doesn't sound like me right there. And I had to really go through it. So Chainsaw, I think, is mostly me. But, I know there's some parts that are definitely Frankie still, too.
Okay.
So that was the most complicated one. You really put me in the corner on that one, but pretty interesting. And I haven't listened to that thing in so long. I mean, I love it, but I haven't really listened to it because I've been busy. But I'm going to have to dissect that and give a straight answer one day to that.
Chainsaw Charlie, Murders in the Rue Morgue, like I said, is one of the best drumming songs on the album.
Awesome.
And hopefully it's you playing the whole thing.
Yes, that would be killer. Actually, the way I did that record, the first song that I did for the Crimson Idol, which was kind of unfair, was The Great Misconceptions to Me. We started with that. That was the first thing I got to do. And I was like, wow, man, holy shit, a 9-minute song,
Yeah.
Whatever it was. And that was kind of like a culmination of the whole record. And then we went back and started redoing song at a time, and then we started going back and doing, patchwork to change the parts the way Blackie wanted them, And then there was some stuff that was actually unfinished. Because it was an unfortunate circumstance the way I ended up over there. Sadly, Frankie's mom had passed away, and he was, had other things on his mind than, recording and all that. So that's kind of how I came into the picture. So there was unfinished work, So I came in and, did whatever, however Blackie was a producer, and I just did whatever he wanted me to do, and came out to be a pretty good record in the end, didn't it?
Yes, it did. What's Jim Gillette doing these days? Is he going to regroup with Nitro in the near future?
Big Jim is 110% into this leader thing, and he's a great guy, and he's a brilliant businessman. And I don't know, the Nitro thing, he's always writing. He's so busy writing all the time. You'd have to ask him. He hasn't really talked about it much. His focus is getting the leader thing off the ground, and he's managing her. He looks out for our affairs, and he's great. He's a big fella now too,
Yeah, I seen a recent picture. You ever see the Jim Gillette home video that shows him singing all the octaves, the vocal instructional tape?
I have. I've seen a lot of his stuff, and it's frightening. The guy's frightening in a few different ways. All pretty good, but he's a great singer. He's a great guy, and he's a great dad. We have a lot of fun. He's an absolute maniac, and I'm not exactly right either in the head. You know what I mean? So we have a good time when we're working. We've got a lot of good stuff happening. I'm happy to be involved with it, and it's a family-oriented situation. Our travel parties, I don't know how many, 15, 16 people, and we barely have any people yet. We're still going to get more. It's pretty fun.
So, Seth, do you still contact, are you still in contact with Chris Holmes and Blackie Lawless?
Yeah, everybody's so busy. We don't stay in touch every day anymore or anything like that. But Blackie and I probably email back and forth every couple months, and I'm in touch with everybody except Duda. Because I guess when you're the closest in the band, you're the farthest after the band. I haven't really got to see much of him lately, but everybody else I'm in pretty good touch with. I almost did a show last year with Holmes. We were going to do a benefit show in Pittsburgh or something, but the weather or something screwed it all up. But those guys are my bros. I mean, when you do all the stuff you've done with guys like that, you're bonded forever. You know what I mean? Especially in a band like W.A.S.P, because when you're in a band like W.A.S.P, you're doing stuff like that non-routine and stuff back in the KFD days. You're taking your life in your hands. You know what I mean? You've given your soul to rock and roll at that point.
I'm sure the fans at that time when you're in W.A.S.P were very crazy fans and just adored you, idolized you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's W.A.S.P was a fortunate thing to become a part of. It was already established when I joined, obviously, but once you get joined and get accepted, you gain the legion of those W.A.S.P bands. They're with you forever. I mean, it's really crazy. I get lots of. I'm in contact with a lot of them. A lot of the people have become my friends over the years. You know, I've been touring off and on with the bands for since 92, and we got the same cities and countries over and over. So I have friends almost everywhere. You know, when we get somewhere, I go to the lobby of a hotel, and I got a couple of my hooligan friends waiting to do something. You know, some sort of fun that I can't do.
So going back to Lead It Forward, do you see a new single being made with a video or something, promotional video?
Actually, there's absolutely yes. There's absolutely going to be videos. There's going to be this is going to be taken seriously. I mean, this is not. I thought it was good enough that Lead It Forward came back after 15 years. I'm like, holy cow, man, this is going to be great, you know?
Yeah.
And then Jim was like, we're doing a new record too, and I'm like, we are? It's like, wow, a real purpose to be out there. So, yeah, we're doing a record. And now this guy, Greg Hampton, I don't know how familiar you are with this guy, but he's great. You know, he did that Alice Cooper record, and he fires riffs over to my house every day, and I just listen to this stuff, and I'm blown away. You know, it's really grooving stuff. It's heavy, it's grooving, and the minute Lita starts singing, you can tell it's her. You know, it's just like, wow.
How is Lita's guitar chops these days?
Oh, she rips. Yeah, I mean, she's ripping. It's shocking. The one thing that I love that totally kills me, man, is she cranks that amp up to like 11. It's ear shattering. It's awesome, and she plays great. And she's got a very signature style. You know what's crazy is like Holmes had a very signature style. I thought, even though some people say, man, he wasn't the greatest guitar player, or whatever. I thought he was great. But very signature. You know, a lot of people play like that, like Slash, very signature style. Lita has a very signature guitar style, and sings great. She moves around. She's energetic. I remember she's fun. We were at Rocklahoma, and we're ending one of the songs, "Kiss Me Deadly," and we're doing the crash boom ending, and there's all the pyros going off, and she's turning around looking at me going, "Look at the fireworks, man!" And I'm like, "I'm working," It was fun. It was funny as hell. She was great.
So who's the bass player in this new group?
This guy named JC, guy named Jimmy Carter. He's really, really good. He plays a 6-string bass, and he's something else. He sings great, plays great, and he's got a really awesome presence. And I'm excited about him. And we got Michael T. Ross on keyboards. You know Michael at all from Angel, XYZ. Pardon?
What's Jimmy Carter's background? Where does he come from? What band?
Well, actually, he was in a band with me. He was in a band with me years ago called Run 21. It was we're from New England in the early '80s, and it's like a huge regional thing, kind of like Twisted Sister was, and Extreme before they broke. And we just didn't quite get the due. Pardon me. And he actually happened to be down here working on a project with me when Lita needed a bass player to do a couple shows, to do a benefit show, and he just filled in for a second, and it just worked out. It was kind of crazy.
And he's got a interesting name, Jimmy Carter, like the president.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, it's actually he's going under the moniker of JC now. Yeah. And he's a genius. He's a musical genius and a dear friend, and they love him. Lita and Jim really love him, and it's cool. It's a healthy, loving environment. and it's still rock and roll.